Doves. So I wanted to talk to you guys about this today, just because it's currently happening, and so it's easier to catch the raw feelings in the moment if you do it all whenever you're feeling them, obviously. But having depression sucks balls, man. I mean, if you have it, then you obviously know this. I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know. And if I'm being completely honest here, let's face it, nobody here is gonna stop me. Y'all can't. I post it, and there's nothing. Anyway, whatever. So I'm not ever going to assume or state that being a woman with depression is worse than being a man with depression, simply because I don't know. I'm not a man with depression, so I can't say whether it's worse or better than being a woman with depression. I can just only tell you from my side of view because it's the only view I have. I mean, honestly. So the first thing that I want to address as being a woman with depression is when men, because I say men because women don't tell me this. I'm sorry, they don't. I work in retail, and maybe it's my bad for picking a job where I have to be in the public eye all the time, but no, I don't think so. But so it always bothers me whenever I'm at work, and maybe I'm having a bad day because I'm having a bad day, because sometimes it's not always rainbows and sunshine in my mind, and sometimes it's not always this person that you see in front of you. And a man will come up to me and say, literally this happened to me the other day, "What, you mad or something? You're not smiling." And I said, "No, I'm not mad. I'm fine. Perfectly good." 2 minutes later, "Oh, it was a joke. It was a joke. I was trying to make you laugh. It was a joke." Sorry, bro, it wasn't funny. Like, a joke would be what... I'm not gonna tell you guys the joke I heard the other day. It was hilarious, but now I'm not gonna tell you. That's not the point. The point is that you don't just get to walk around and tell people to smile. Like, whether I'm female or male, you don't just get to walk up to me and be like, "Hey, you there with the face, smile because I want to see a smile." Like, that's not... You don't know me. I'm not here for your I do not exist for you. I don't know who told you that I did, or where you thought that I did, but I don't. Unfortunately for you, I exist for my 5 cats. That's what I exist for. Anywho's, you know, and I'll smile whenever I damn well feel like it. I'm not gonna smile if I don't feel like it, and I'm not gonna force myself to have an emotion that I don't have at the time. I'm sorry. I don't just walk around smiling all the time. Even if I didn't have depression, I don't think that I could literally walk around and smile all the time. Find me somebody, a clown. A clown is who does that. And do you know that they were chasing people around not too long ago? Because they're crazy. Because people who smile all the time... No, I'm not going to say that. That's me. I won't say it. You know, I believe that I believe that men and women have the right to their own bodies, and if they don't feel like fucking smiling, then they don't have to. And fuck you for telling them to. If you want to cheer somebody up, because this is the argument that I always am met with by men, mind you, I'm always met with, well, they were just trying to cheer you up. They saw you weren't feeling very well, so they wanted to cheer you up. That's fine. Try to cheer me up. That's cool. I'm okay with that. I won't stop you. But where it becomes you not trying to cheer me up and you just telling me to do something because you can and you think that I'm going to do it because you told me to, is when you tell me, "Smile. Oh, nothing can be that bad." Oh, bro, we could go back and forth about what could be that bad, but you'll end up crying and I'll end up the winner, so we won't, okay? We just won't, okay? That'd be great. Just makes me so angry. I can't stand that. It's just like, you know, it's just irritating. Like, if I don't have that, especially whenever I'm feeling depressed, I already have a limited amount of energy. It already took me all of my energy to get dressed, to get in my vehicle, to drive I just hit my hand on the wall. To drive the 15 minutes that it takes to get to work and to walk from my car into the building and to punch the clock. That took all of the energy I could possibly muster. And it's not there for a smile for you. I'm sorry. If you see me, if you're a regular customer, you know that I'm a very happy person. It's just not happening that day. And that's okay. Because that's okay, because I'm human, and you're human, and you don't smile all the time, and I digress, whatever. And secondly, we're just gonna go into the secondly here, I hate my periods. And like, yeah, I get it, like, yeah, welcome to being a woman, like, everybody hates their periods, and whatever. But guys, I looked it up and I'm pretty certain I have, what is it called? Hold on. PMDD, which is a post-menstrual deformative disorder. I don't even know. Something. Basically says you're gonna become more depressed around your period. And that is fucking fantastic. I'm glad that I have a name for it actually, because I've been experiencing, geez Louise, I've been experiencing this for a while now, where I just get like uber depressed for no, it like hits me out of nowhere, and I'm just like, ugh, what is life? I can't do this. I'm overwhelmed. I don't even, like, I just lay there and cry. Like, literally last night I laid there and cried. And why? I was happy. That's why. How stupid is that? I was laying there in bed, my love was laying there next to me, and I was like, God, I'm so happy. When is this going to end? How retarded, sorry, that's not a nice word. How stupid is that? Like, like, I don't understand that. I don't understand that. And so I was all upset about it last night, and then I was all upset about it this morning, and it took everything I had to make it to work today, because I'm the type of person that sits there and thinks, okay, well, if everybody else has the hours for this week, then there's nobody who can come in for me if I do call in, and that's gonna put somebody else out, blah, 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 whatever. The company, business first, whatever, bullshit. I don't know why. Force myself to go to work, walk into the office, and the coworker says, literally, are you okay? And I say, wow! Like, just, what? Like, I don't understand. And it took me like an hour and a half to realize, oh shit, yeah, oh, it's my period today. And I didn't have a name for it. I just knew that I was just assumed. Because I'm on birth control, so I was just assumed, oh, okay, so my hormones, and then shwam, here comes the period, so hormones are out of whack anyway, and now my birth control isn't there to balance out the, I don't even know what it does, whatever, I don't care. I didn't know what it was, so I googled it right before I started typing up and making this video, and apparently it's a thing. Some women get it, and I'm like, okay, so I don't feel so alone. Now whenever I go to talk to my doctor about me being crazy right before my period starts, or the day of my period being started or whatever, now I can actually say, hey, I think this is what it is, and she can say, yeah, probably so, Hannah. Let's figure out something to do for you, you crazy little shit. No, I'm kidding. That's not what she's gonna say. But who knows? I don't know. She might say that. I don't know. Whatever. But what the fuck? Like, so on top of already having depression, so already being susceptible to stupid freaking feelings of stupidness, because that's what it is. Like, I acknowledge that there are legitimate feelings and whatever, but they're fucking stupid. Like, if you think about the things that you think about when you're like, when depression really hits you, and so you're sitting there and you're thinking about all these things, and then you think back on it and you're like, the actual fuck, like, my life is amazing, like, I don't understand why, you know, oh god, it's so frustrating for me, because to see where I was, to see where I am, to see where I'm going, it's, the whole big picture is beautiful. It's amazing. It's amazing that I can, so my friend actually said this to me once, and I thought she was being ridiculous, but she's right. It's amazing that I can get out of bed every day. It's amazing that I can be a functioning human being after what I've been through, and it is amazing. It is fantastic. So why? So why are there, you know, a couple of days a month where I sit there and lay in bed and I can't move and I don't want to get out of bed and I'm so tired and I don't want to fight anymore? It's so frustrating because that's not me. That is not me. I am a fighter and I love my life and I will fight tooth and nail for the life that I have. And that's just, it's so frustrating because, like I said, it's just not me, you know? So it's just frustrating. It's just really aggravating because, you know, already on top of it, you know, you're bleeding for days, which is just, it's gross. I'm sorry. It is. I don't know. Maybe it's not for a more mature person, but it's gross to me. Like, why? What is the purpose? I feel like it's not even necessary anymore. Like, there are medical, you know, miracles. There are birth control where you don't ever have a period. It's not that necessary. It probably is. I don't know. We'll probably all die one day because we didn't have our periods, but whatever, that's not the point. The point is that when Aunt Flo visits, I can't sleep, and I get really irritated the week leading up to it, and I get super depressed the night before, and then bam, the morning that it hits, I'm still super depressed. It doesn't go away until the next day. So day 2 of the period, I'm usually fine. Usually fine by that point. But halfway through day 1 is whenever I realize that's why I'm feeling this way. And it's amazing that, you know, once I can identify why I'm feeling that way, I kind of take the power away from it. Because once I was like, oh, fuck, period, then it was like the rest of the day was okay. It wasn't the greatest day. It wasn't the most fantastic day. It still kind of sucked, but it's like a normal level of suckage. I was just extremely tired because I can't sleep, but whatever, you know, that's neither here nor there. So then, so when I'm down or I'm experiencing the wonders of depression, because it's ridiculous is what it is, I can't stop thinking about the negatives, and I understand, like, duh, I get that, but, like, the thought that keeps coming back is, like, how and why? Like, how did an innocent, like, Barbie doll playing, Jesus loving, mama's girl turn out to be this bitter woman who's damaged? Like, how did that happen? Well, obviously I know how that happened, but, like, literally, how does that happen? Like, how does that happen in the world? I just don't get it. Like, does my love really love me? And how long? And how long will he stick around through this bullshit? How long will he stick around through trying to go to sleep so he could go to work to save lives and have his girlfriend lay there and cry for God only knows what reason now, you know, because whatever, because she thought about what happened. I don't know, you know? And does he ever wander? Or does he ever want to wander off to happier pastures because they don't have these kinds of problems, you know? And the biggest thing, how can somebody walk in? Somebody walked into my life and murdered child me. Murdered her, killed her. She's done for. It's like she never existed. And they left behind this broken husk of a person. Like, who does that? Just waltzed into my life, just came up to the door, knocked, in his leather fucking jacket, and his earrings, and his tongue piercing, and his snake. He didn't have the snake with him, but he talked about it. And how did that little girl not listen to the voice in her head that said, nah, bitch, you don't get to come in my house. And he walked into her life and he killed her. He murdered her. That little girl that I used to be. And now I'm this amazing whirlwind of a woman who can take on the world and leave no man behind. You know? How does somebody do that? Oh, God. Whew. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry, because, you know, I'm allowed to feel how I feel. And I want you guys to see, you know, that it's not always rainbows and sunshine with me. I've had a long time to get to where I'm at. But even where I'm at, as amazing and as miraculous a recovery as it is, there are nights like this, there are days like this, where I have to call my boss and say, hey boss, I'm gonna come into work today, but I'm gonna be a little late. I have been crying for the past 3 hours and I just can't stop. Luckily I have bosses that I can say that to, and they understand. I assumed, which was bad of me, I guess, I assumed, because I have 2 bosses that are directly over me, I guess technically 3, whatever. And boss A has known me for like ever, and she knows all of this, and I can simply tell her, I'm not having a good day, or I don't feel well, or I'm gonna come to work, but I'm gonna be late, because I can't stop crying. It's just not happening for me today. I just can't stop. I'll be there when I can. And she understands. She's like, yes, I got you, it's cool, I understand, and she supports me and all that other stuff. And then my other boss, I just assumed that she knew. I assumed that my first boss told her, said, hey, you got this crazy chick working here, and you know, sometimes she's gonna be a little out of whack, a little crazy. And she didn't know, and I didn't have to tell her, but you know, I told her today because I just broke down in the office when somebody said, doing alright today, Hannah? Literally, that's all he said to me. He said, doing alright today, Hannah? And he hadn't seen me all week, so it's a perfectly legitimate question. Hey, I haven't seen you all week. How you doing? Just checking in, because you're a human and I'm a human. And I said, probably looked exactly like that too, by the way, just so you know. Oh, God, it's just so frustrating. And then, like, you know, you're already exhausted with your depression, you have like no energy at all, and so on top of all that, and then thinking about all the negatives, you're just like, God, so tired. I'm so tired of fighting. I'm so tired of this having, like, I'm so tired of having to fight. Like, that's the thing that pisses me off the most. I want to be able to just wake up one day and be like, nope, I'm just awake and I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna go to school and I'm gonna go to work and it's gonna be a great day and I don't have to worry about anything and I don't have to fight to make it through the day, and that would be great. Are there people out there that are like that? Are there people that just wake up and just go about their day and it's not like an extra battle that they have to do? Because that's the kind of person I want to be. Like, I want to be that person that doesn't have to fight, because it's exhausting. God, it's so exhausting. It's just so exhausting and frustrating. And even though I'm so tired, I still can't sleep. Like, I still can't sleep during these moods, fits. I don't even know what to call them. And it sounds very similar to being bipolar, but I tell you, my friend, I don't think that I am bipolar, because I do not have manic periods. I watch myself very closely because I try to see if, like, I'll notice it or whatever, but no, there is no manicness to me at all, so I think bipolar's out of the question. I think. Again, my therapist is there for me, so whenever I talk to her about these things, she hasn't brought up the bipolar, so I can't blame it on that. I can just say that I guess after I've exhausted all of my energy fighting for the month, then it's time for me to depress it on out. I don't know. I don't know the process. If I knew the process, I would shut it the fuck down and I wouldn't have to deal with it. And I'd just be la-di-da for the rest of my lives, and that's great. The other thing, though, aside from all that, I think that was like secondly, right? That was the second thing that whatever. We're going to say that's the third. The third thing, or thirdly, the third thing that I hate is that, like, oh no, wait, no, I think we were on the third. I don't even know anymore. Whatever. The next thing, we're not even going to put numbers on it. We won't label anything here. The next thing that fucking irritates me, or that it actually scares the shit out of me. Like, I am legitimately afraid. I'm afraid to have children. I want children so badly. My love and I, we've talked about it. We want a certain amount of kids. We both agreed on it, and it's going to be fantastic. I have their names picked out and everything. Yes, I'm that crazy girlfriend who's not even married and yet has the names of their children picked out. Watch out for me. No, I'm kidding. You know, like, I want kids. I want to be a mom. I cannot wait to be a mom. I cannot wait to raise human beings, and I cannot wait to teach them how to be, you know, functioning members of society. And I want to do all those things, but I'm so afraid. Like, it scares me because there are some days where I'm like depressed and I can't get out of, well, I force myself sometimes, but it's hard for me to get out of bed. And I know that cats are like, people are like, oh, cats are cats. These cats are my family. I couldn't imagine loving anybody or anything more than I love these cats individually, because they're amazing animals, I guess. I was going to say cats again, but I make myself get out of bed to feed and water them. But at the end of the day, they're animals. If I don't feed them right away, they'll be okay. If I don't water them right away, they'll be okay. If I don't clean their litter box right away, did I clean their litter box? Well, if I don't clean their little litter box right away, they'll be okay. That's not the same with a damn baby, you know? Like, you have to get up and you have to feed it and you have to change it and you have to do all these things to take care of it, and it depends on you solely. See, cats are amazing. They're like independent. They're like, oh, you won't get up and feed me? Fuck you. I'm gonna get into the container of food and we'll feed ourselves. Oh, you're not gonna water me? Well, fuck you. I'm gonna knock over your glass of water and I'll get me some water. Or, oh, you're not gonna change my litter box? Fuck you. I'll pee on your bed. Like, they will find a way. They will find a way for themselves. Cats are pretty independent. Babies are not like that. So it scares me to think about the fact that sometimes I can't even get myself out of bed and get myself functioning. How am I gonna do that for a baby? And I'm like, okay, well, it'll be different when the baby gets here because the baby will be here and I'll love it unconditionally and it will be the most important thing to me. Or I'm predisposed to postpartum depression, so I'll just have a kid and have postpartum depression and end up killing it because somebody left me alone with the baby. This is scary shit. Like, this is shit that scares me. I have actually talked with my love about this. Said, hey, if we get married, if we have kids, you're going to have to watch me. You're going to have to know me well enough to know if there's something wrong during my pregnancy, and to know me well enough to know if there's something wrong afterwards. And how ridiculous is that you have to say, well, I didn't have to, I guess. I could have just not done it. But how ridiculous is that, you know, I'm like, hey person, yeah, if we get married, I'll have your children, but you're gonna have to watch me because I might kill them. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's some crazy ass shit, but that is something that I'm legitimately so afraid of because of everything else and because of all this. And then, God forbid, oh my God, could you, like, I am so afraid of sending my children out into the world. And then, because you, like, literally just the other day, there was like some guy over here in this town somewhere making child porn at a daycare. At a fucking daycare. People paid you to watch their children, right? Okay, right? And they trusted you to watch their children, right? Okay, they put their children in your hands for safety, and you're making child porn? Like, that is fucking infuriating. Like, and so scary. Like, how do you have kids nowadays? And you can't have kids and have a job. Well, you can. I'm not saying you can't. But then you'd have to rely on somebody to watch them. Who's gonna watch your kids? Can't send them to daycares anymore. Okay, so you say, okay, well, when school, they can go to school. Okay, but let's look at all the teachers who have gone to jail for you know, this kind of thing, and for beating children in the schoolroom or what the hell ever. I don't even watch the news anymore because it's so freaking depressing because there are so many fucking sick people out there. We should just round up all the sick people, put them on an island, and let them sick on each other. That's what we should do. Or we should just be like, no, you were convicted of being a sick jerk shit to kids. Well, you're dead. That's what death penalty. Death penalty for the sickos, and that's fine. I'm good with that. Write up the bill. I'll vote on it. Whatever. Anyway, I think I've ranted enough on this. I mean, and I'm not medicated, and I don't plan on pursuing that route. It's not that bad as a lot of people would say. No, I mean, I believe that medication can help. I just don't think that it's for me yet. I think that with the you know, going to see a therapist and with having people to talk to and with knowing that this too shall pass, I kind of feel like Gandalf whenever I say that, but in reverse, because he says none shall pass and I say this too shall pass. Anywho, you know, it's just not, I don't think that I'm there yet as far as needing medication, and I don't want to be on medication because I want, you know, I want my body to fix itself a little bit, if you will. And I know that, like, even though I'm feeling this way, that I know, you know, tomorrow is a different day and tomorrow I will feel better, and yes, I know, and all that great stuff. And, you know, allowing myself time to feel what I'm feeling is also a great benefit. So today at work I said, you know what? person, body, Hannah, you, there, and there, in the mirror there. We don't have time for this shit. We gotta go to work. We gotta make money to support our 5 cats. And you're gonna get your shit together. And you're gonna get your shit together, and when you get home, you're allowed to feel how you feel, and you're off tomorrow, so you're allowed to feel how you feel tomorrow. But we ain't gonna do it today. It ain't gonna fucking happen today. No ma'am, no sorry bob, whatever. And here we are. This is the result of that. So, you know, that helps. Sorry for the ranting and the craziness and the crying, obviously. I know I'm so pretty when I cry. But I just wanted to get it all down while it was fresh. You know, that's the best time. This is Caspian, by the way. This tail here belongs to Caspian. I wanted to get it down while it was fresh. I wanted to put it out there into the world while it was fresh. I think the world has seen me cry a little too many times, I guess. I'm not asking for pity. I'm not asking for a pity party or for somebody to, you know, feel sorry for me. I just wanted to show you guys the ugly side of this as well. I feel like I'm always showing, you know, the upbeat, you know, how I feel about it now side, and I don't want anybody to think, oh, well, she's got her shit together, because no, I actually don't have my shit together. As you will learn, Hannah's shit's not together. That is the story, the moral of the story here. I don't know. I mean, yes, I'm tired of fighting, but my life is so worth it, and so I will continue to fight the good fight, my friends. I will continue to soldier on. You know, I don't know. I hope this makes you feel less crazy if that's how you feel. I say crazy because who's really crazy here? The clowns that chase people for sure are crazy. I know that's like old news or whatever, but now that's in the back of my mind. I definitely won't be sleeping now that I'm thinking about clowns chasing people. But anywho's, I hope this, you know, makes you feel less crazy or even less alone. That's great. I feel so much better when I don't feel alone. Not that I want people to share in misery, but it's nice to know I'm not the only person out there feeling this way. And I hope that you know that your life is worth it too. It's worth the fight. I know that, you know, fighting is hard and it's tiring and it's frustrating and you don't want to have to do it, but that's what makes us warriors, unfortunately, because, you know, we continue on and we fight the good fight. I wish you all nothing but love, happiness, and a healthy life. Keep up the fight, my friends. And until next time, goodbye, my doves. Hopefully, I won't be crying in the next video, but we won't know until we know, right? Y'all have a wonderful day, and all that jazz. So until next time, goodbye, my doves.